My kid, we one time went to the movies, and Teddy, my youngest, who's the most irresponsible kid on the planet, he takes off his shoes and then he loses them, and then he puts it on you. Like, where are my shoes? Where are my shoes? Like, I don't know where your damn shoes are. They're your shoes. Put them in the same place. So one time he had one shoe on at the end of a movie, and we hunted up and down the rows for his other goddamn shoe. And finally we found it, not down 3 rows, up 3 rows.
How does that happen?
I don't even know. So we find it. It's 15 minutes. They're cleaning out the theater, all that stuff. The guys are sweeping the popcorn up and everything. And finally he's like, so I put down Ty's shoe, because he wasn't old enough to tie his shoes yet. This a couple of years ago. Then we go walking. We walk 3 steps down. He's crying. And I turn around and go, why? He goes, I lost my shoes. He literally, this is not a joke. We went 40 feet and he didn't have his shoes anymore. He didn't know where they were.
So, very interesting thing about Rooster Teeth, especially
this is the interesting thing about Rooster Teeth.
Well, just how it's affected our lives personally that the fans might not be aware of, is you trying to like chart moments in your life based on what we've been doing with Rooster Teeth all over. And then what's interesting is like we all have, or a lot of us have kids, Burnie and me and Jeff and
breeders.
A lot of other people at the company now, and like my kids were all born after we started Red versus Blue, and it's just a weird thing to think about that in a timeline. So I had to explain to my 6-year-old what happened with Red versus Blue and how that started, because he's just kind of figured out what Rooster Teeth is now. And can you see that? He drew a picture of how Rooster Teeth started. So I explained to him, it's like, Burnie had this great idea for doing Red versus Blue, and he came up with this funny stuff, and he called Daddy and said, would you be Sarge in the show? And that's how we started. And then after things went well, we all moved from LA to Austin. So this is his reinterpretation of it, is that this is Daddy, is Sarge.
Okay.
And then Burnie, I came to Austin as Sarge, and when I got there, you were there. That's you. Did he do a good job of you?
Yeah, it's
perfect?
fantastic.
And he's 6. Come on. Hey.
Okay, sorry.
Your face is a scribble.
And then I got to Austin as Sarge in my armor, and you said, never mind, we're gonna do Star Wars instead.
Is that right?
That's a lightsaber. So you did a switcheroo.
Well, am I handing you a paper of cocoa?
You're handing me a Coke.
Your kids do something, or were doing something earlier, which was the cutest thing ever, where they were quoting an animated adventure to me.
They love you on the animated adventure.
Where the animated adventure where I tell Miles he has to leave.
Yeah.
When he shows up, and they came up to me and they both were just like, "Yeah, you have to leave." And that's all they would say over and over.
They look at Gus and they go, "Yeah, you need to leave."
So when are we replacing Jordan?
I know, right? That's an animated adventure.
Are you
right
a
there.
Cyclops? What is that?
I am.
That's his visor. That's Sarge.
Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing the helmet.
Yeah, he's a Master
I
Chief.
showed up in my costume, and Burnie had switched to Star Wars. So there you go. That's the entire story of Rooster Teeth.
If I had the ability to, at the end of my life, find out all the stuff that was confusing during my life, like I would probably want to. Most people
It'd be
would
like
wanna
30
know,
terabytes of stuff.
Most people would want to know what actually happened to JFK. You know, who really shot him and all that. But I think I would just use it for stuff that happened in my life, just little tiny mysteries.
Like what? What's a tiny mystery for Gavin Free?
Well,
I'm
once
intrigued.
What happened at VidCon last year? That would be a big one.
I don't need to know any of that. But there was, like, for example, there was a time where I was having a good time with a lady, and
Like sex stuff?
yeah,
Okay.
and there was a Johnny involved,
Okay.
and all of a sudden it was just like, and I just heard it split, and then it was gone.
You want to know where it went?
We were looking everywhere for it. I was looking on the ceiling fan and stuff because I thought it might have pinged up.
Probably looking in the wrong place.
Yeah, and you know, she checked upper, but it wasn't there either.
You'd be surprised. There's nooks and crannies you can't get it. She probably found it about 4 days later.
That is a gynecological term, isn't it? Nooks and crannies.
It is. Well, that's
Well, it's not in the nooks. It might be up in the crannies somewhere.
That's semester 2 of anatomy, gross anatomy. Nooks and crannies.
I remember that Biology 101.
Where you
Nooks and crannies.
But what are the chances, like the entire thing and the ring, just getting
It was
engulfed?
everything. Even the ring.
Everything was gone about it. It was like I never wore one.
How does that happen?
And the possibility is that I was drunk and I might not have put one on. But we looked probably for like an hour that night and then like all morning the next day.
Do you know what the only appropriate way to end that, though, is? End that encounter is just at the end when she goes, I can't find it, go. Ta-da. That's the only thing you can do.
Women love magicians, right?
So you would know though if because you would have a rapper left at least, or the rapper.
No, there was.
Did everything go?
The rapper was in the dresser and it just went poof.
It went up in a cloud of smoke.
I think I saw this on David Copperfield. Didn't you do this trick once?
That's how he got Claudia Schiffer.
No.
That's how he locked her in.
We were actually worried that it pinged out the window.
That'd be the worst thing ever to be walking on the street.
I remember.
High velocity Johnny.
I like that you called it a Johnny too to like have solidarity with Gavin.
Absolutely.
High Velocity Johnny sounds like a bad animated series.
I remember being a kid when David Copperfield started dating Claudia Schiffer. I remember thinking, magic, huh? Like it was like a thought, like maybe I should get into this.
Yeah.
Never did.
How'd that work out?
No, didn't work. No. I see people on Twitter are asking how you and I met Burnie. I feel like we've gone over that a million times.
No, I know. I did a round of those. How I met everybody on your birthdays one year.
Yeah.
Like every year in my journal, whenever for a year when someone's birthday came up, I said how I met them. And I remember specifically you. You were working at the company, and I didn't know you that well.
The old place.
The old place. The old company.
The old call center.
The tech support company. And we had a Dreamcast that was in the break room, and we were playing Dead or Alive 2, and we'd have competitions. And this guy sat down next to me. And it was you, and I beat the shit out of you in the first round. And I was kind of a video game player where it's like I felt like I should apologize for my video game skills. Like I should it shouldn't be a thing that you're good at video games. And so I said I should warn you. I said I'm actually pretty good at video games. Then the second round started, and he perfected me. Like he just destroyed me in the next round. And he goes like this, really slowly. It was the other way, but I'll do it like this. And he goes, I'm pretty good at video games too. That's exactly how our relationship started.
I remember I was playing as Helena. And I had figured out a combo where I could play against your character and like perfect. Like I knew exactly all the moves to go through. It was a checklist in my mind. It was like, do these 10 moves and you win the game.
Yep.
And so it was just like going down the list and it was like, done. Perfect.
Did you slam the controller down and walk out?
No, I was so angry. I was like, this motherfucker. I was like, I took it easy on him because I don't know him. And he tells me he knows how to play video games. I was like, no, fuck you. You're getting the list now. But anyway, thank you to everyone who watches and who supports the work we do. We wouldn't be here after 10 years if it wasn't for the audience and people, enjoying the work.
We might be here. We might be race car drivers. This
is like the sad, soppy part.
Will there be
podcast.
Will there be 10 more years? Do you think?
I hope there's more than 10 more years.
Really?
At this point, I have no applicable career skills anywhere else.
Really? Okay, Red vs. Rooster Teeth stops tomorrow. What do? Shotgun in the mouth? Is that your
Mass murder? I don't know. I start checking down my vendetta list.
You start working on a list. I like it. That's a movie in itself. Matt could have a career. Matt's a CEO.
I don't know, man. I remember when we were doing season 2, like
put out a LinkedIn
I was still
blast
getting a
again.
lot of calls for work from movies and TV shows, and I was turning them down. And then once we got into season 3, I didn't get any more phone calls, and I thought, okay, season 3 better work. I guess I'm in it now. This is it.
I remember when we started, I would not buy a car or buy a house because I was like, there's no way this is ever going to last.
Yeah.
It was like, I want to have no debt because this is going to go away like tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's no way this is going to last.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty amazing that we've been here for 10 years, and it's, I was going to say I can't think of a better group of people to spend 10 years with, but I probably can. I probably can.
Some girls from the Claremont Lounge?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out for May 20.
But I've had a good time.
Yeah.
I've had a really good time.
Yeah, it really has been. It has been an absolute blast to earn a living this way. If you want to call it work, I guess we'd call it work. But
yeah.
It has been an amazing way to spend a decade, for sure.
I'm very appreciative to be a part of it.
You
It's
should
actually
be.
been a giant, it's almost going to be half my life at some point.
Yeah.
Because I started quite young.